Hi, I'm Tim, and I'm turning 30 this year. And according to the internet, that means I'm already. Now, while 30 is a scary age, I think it's also a good time to reflect where you are in your life. And I'm very much a firm believer in age just being a state of mind. If you think you're old, you're gonna be old. If you think you're young, you're gonna feel young forever. Now that I'm about to be 30, that kind of got my gears turning, not so much as a fear response, like, oh, I'm getting older, I might die soon. More so in the sense of, now that I'm 30, what do I truly care about in life? I think those first 30 years of life are very important for forming who you are, figuring out what you want to do, and then by the time you're 30, I feel like it is at least a good point where you can start reflecting and figuring out, okay, did I like that? Did I like this? Should I experiment more? Like, where am I? So, I have created for myself for the year of 2025 a 365-day challenge called the 30 for 30 challenge. Given that I'm about to be 30, I thought it's only fitting that I challenge myself with a huge list of challenges to both encourage and also change how my current life is, because my life is good, but I definitely feel like there's a lot of room for improvement. Quick little backstory on me in case you don't know who I am, or if you started following me during my Twitch streaming or my social media journey, or you just are a curious person. And if you don't care about any of this, you can skip to this time so you can see what this challenge is all about. In 2020, I was a part-time student and a part-time worker, pretty much filling up all my time with either studying or making potato chips, which was a pretty cool job. Now, of course, as we all know, 2020 was when COVID struck as well, and we got stuck in lockdown, which for me didn't necessarily affect me until the end of 2020, where I lost my job because nobody was buying potato chips apparently, and my school, because it was a community college, did not either have enough teachers or enough students for the classes I needed. Ideally, it was going to be a semester off from school as I wait for classes or things to get back to normal. And again, as we know, COVID kept a lot of places closed up until late 2022, even 2023. Being stuck at home, I got inspired by a lot of my friends to start streaming on Twitch. Kind of a way to fill my time, but also as a way to make some money on the side, given that I wasn't working anymore and I wasn't at school. So what else? Let's play some games, have some fun. I started streaming October 6th in 2020, and all the way up until 2023, I was having an incredible time. Lots of great growth, lots of great financial income, just because everybody was at home. So it was a very profitable and also prosperous time to be on Twitch, to be a streamer, to be on social media in general. So that was a lot of fun for me, and I loved every minute of it. Now come 2023, the world starts getting back to normal. Streams are not as popular as they once were. And as someone who decided to make it their full-time gig after doing it for, a little over 2 years, you start to notice trends or just a general lack of interest in the content you're making and just social media in general. 2023 was definitely like a plateau year for me. I think it wasn't necessarily bad, but it was a start of the decline of just my general growth. I don't think I was necessarily negative in any respect, but compared to 2021 and 2022, it just kind of wasn't really great. Come 2024, awful year. The most recent year was very bad for me for many reasons, but this isn't a sad story, or I'm not trying to garner sympathy. It was just a rough year, not even necessarily on the Twitch side. I would say it's another plateau year for the most part. Again, a lot of cool opportunities. We raised some money. I got to work with game companies. I'm not upset with the things I've done, but by the end of 2024, I definitely felt like I wanted to shift. I wanted to shift in both my life and the content I make. So I came up with this idea a couple months ago where I wanted to take on 30 different challenges to challenge myself for more personal growth, but also just general growth. I want to make different content, I want to make new content, and I also just want to see how far I can push myself in a year. So that's where this 30 for 30 challenge comes from, as I have been making content for such a long time, especially about video games and nerd culture, and I still love all that stuff and I still intend to make it, but this year the list is going to be a big focus. And so if you're here for my previous type of content, that still will be here, but I do expect some changes in my life that may lead me to make less of that content. And I'll go more into that as we, get into the list itself. But just in case you're wondering, that is the plan currently, is to still stream, still do all my stuff. This challenge is going to take precedent for at least the year, as long as the challenge is going to take. But again, the changes that might come with that might just be confusing. And if you don't watch any of my content and this is the first time you've seen me, ignore that. But go check out my history. I have some pretty cool stuff. Now on to the challenge. So this challenge here is like part bucket list, part New Year's resolution, part just, hey Tim, wake up and do some different things with your life type of list. I'm very much a person who loves crossing things off lists or filling up a list of accomplishments. feels so satisfying and really motivates me. Many of these things listed on the list, which hopefully I showed you guys at this point, if not, now's the time. There are things on the list that I may have never gotten around to by the age of 30, which may be surprising to some people. There are things that I may have not done since 2019, 2020. Since COVID, I kind of had a much different life than I did before. There's a lot of staying at home. It's a lot of online stuff, where before I would attend college, I would be working, I would be outside a lot more. So it has been an interesting last 4 years, and I've really enjoyed them, but it was two completely different lifestyles. So I'm kind of itching to get back to that older style. My other goal with this list is to vlog my journey. I want to either create a new channel or maybe post on here. You guys let me know in the comments if you prefer either or, and film my journey, whether it's a daily, a weekly, a bi-weekly. I doubt I'll do a monthly, but just in case I'll throw it out there, a monthly vlog of just me working towards these goals in any capacity, whether it's a big or small accomplishment. I think it'll just be fun to kind of vlog my life in a year and see if there's any growth, and keep myself responsible for the list, because if I don't post content, if I don't make content around it, it's very easy for me to ignore it because I'm lazy. And this is where you guys come in to help me motivate, keep me going. And I'm a people pleaser. I really like keeping people happy. And if I think people enjoy the content, then I'll keep pumping it out and keep being motivated for it. But no pressure on you guys. It's also on me. I gotta do it myself. It's my list, right? I'm going to go through each item on this list and give just like a little quick sentence description for whatever reason why it's on the list. Hopefully to stop a million questions coming my way, because some of these things, again, people are like, wait, you don't have your license? And that will be explained as I work towards getting it. Simple little explanations for it in case you were curious why they're on the list, or some don't even need explaining, but again, we're gonna go through it. Number one on the list is, of course, get a driver's license. If you don't know, I do not have my driver's license. Very nervous to drive a vehicle. I have no problem sitting in them for anybody else driving. I've never had a particularly bad experience. I've had some road rage incidents from family members, but never anything that was traumatic. I have been in a couple accidents, which could explain that. But yeah, and I also just had opportunities, friends, family, Uber. There's many opportunities that I just didn't really need it. But for a lot of the things I want to do on this list, I think it's finally time that I at least try to get my license. Number two, lose 30 pounds. A lot of these goals will have a 30 goal number. Again, 30 years old, 30 for 30, lots of 30s. And 30 pounds just seems more reasonable. A lot of these goals will be open-ended, so I won't just stop once I hit the 30 mark. I do want to go beyond it. So I'm a pretty big boy, as you can tell. I'm relatively healthy, knock on wood, health-wise, but it never hurts to work on yourself a little bit. Get a little bit thinner, you know, because I'm big chungus. Number three, go back to school. I never did go back and get my degree in the humanities. That's what I was going to school for. So that is something I at least want to work towards, whether it's just doing one online class or re-enrolling myself. I don't know if there is like a year limit to how many years you can go back and continue your degree. I don't know anything about it. So, and these three are in red because they are high priority. They're the things I want to work towards the most. And even if I don't do anything else on the list, if I do those three, then it's a success. Top three, baby. Number four, try 30 new things. This could be anything as small as, I don't know, flipping a coin 10 times in a row to skydiving. These, I'm not gonna be like goofy with it though and be like, oh, I just put 4 socks on today. Never did that before. Like, they're gonna be reasonable, they're gonna be fun. Sometimes, depending on how weird the challenge might be or funny, I might just be like, oh, that counts, but 30 things is a lot. Number five, make 30 new meals. I used to work in a kitchen, an Italian restaurant back in 2017. So I do have experience in the kitchen. I do enjoy cooking, and I don't cook as much given my streaming schedule and things. I just don't have time as far as making anything fun, but I do want to make the time. And again, if I make it into videos and make some goofy recipes, I think there's a lot of fun to be had. Number six, try 30 new restaurants. This one might be a little tough because I don't even know if there's 30 restaurants in my vicinity, but I'm certainly going to strive to try new places instead of McDonald's and Wendy's and things like that. Just try some new restaurants and again, get some wacky things there. Try some new foods. Number seven, travel to a new place. Ideally, I'd like to travel to a new state or just a place I haven't been before. Even if it's close, that's fine too. Again, if I don't have my driver's license, it might be more difficult to get to these places, but the next two I could use to get to these new places. Number 8 and number 9, travel on a plane, travel on a train. I love trains. I love planes, and these will take me to cool places. It's been a long time since I've been on a train. I was on a plane a couple years ago. I did travel to California, and that was really cool. So hopefully these can kind of go hand in hand. I'd like to do these more than once, especially the train. I love trains, but not like the train guy, you know, from that video.
I like singing. I like dancing.
I like trains.
Number 10 is kind of a freebie. Go to a convention. I do plan on going to PAX East this year. It's been a couple years since I last been. I think the last time I was there was 2021. They might have been closed then. I remember we went we went early 2020 and COVID was starting to release, I guess. But yeah, PAX East, I'm definitely gonna go. So that one will kind of be a freebie, but it's gonna motivate me to go more. Number 11, go on a date. The last date I was on was in 2019. Ever since COVID, I haven't been trying. It's mostly on me, whether it's the belly or due to my lack of trying. So we're going to attempt to, you know, do a little romance here, right? Am I right, ladies?
Orders. Perhaps you like some squats with that order.
Number 12, read 30 books. I put a little asterisk here because I'm totally going to include graphic novels and not necessarily individual comic books. I might count like full series, but I do want to read some books too because it's been a long time since I've actually sat through a whole novel. Number 13, listen to 30 albums. I'm terrible with music. It's one of my least favorite forms of entertainment. I know it's bad, but I keep trying. Last year, I believe I listened to 6 albums all the way through. I love music in movies. I love it in video games. I love when it accompanies things, but by itself, it never really hits. I do love 90s music though. That usually gives me like little goosebumps. So we're gonna try to journey through the 90s and find some really cool music, but maybe some other stuff, whatever feels good. Number 14, watch 30 foreign films. I know I'm gonna be playing a lot of video games. I know I'm gonna be watching a lot of movies. So to not make it too easy, I'm gonna try to go outside, again, my comfort zone, and watch 30 foreign films. A lot of these will probably be anime. Little bit of a cheat code there, but again, I'm going to try for like some of the best films from each country. That includes Germany, India, France, of course Japan, which I've probably seen at this point because I love Japan. But yeah, I'm going to try to make it a cool little challenge, maybe do some mini reviews because I just love film and it's really cool to see the differences throughout the world. Number 15, watch 30 TV shows. This is a huge task because I generally watch like, I don't know, 5 to 10 shows a year. Shows take up a lot of time, but if I'm watching less movies and more shows, I feel like, and I focus on it, I can get through a lot of the big ones. I still haven't seen Sopranos, 6 Feet Under, Chernobyl's one I want to catch, Shogun. There's a lot I need to watch. So this is the year that I'm going to try to catch up on that. Number 16 and 17, make 30 YouTube videos for Collection Revolution. This is either for the vlog channel or my gaming channel. And then the other one being make 30 videos for the Keep Up. That is my podcast page that I do with my brother, but it's more than just a podcast. We do a ton of different content, whether it's rankings, reviews, reactions. I've always loved making content with him, and it's just gonna be another stronger year with that. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of videos, but I think I can do it. I'm pretty confident. Number 18, hug 30 people. I'll be honest, can't remember the last time I actually hugged 30 people in a year. I'm not a huge hugger, like I enjoy hugging. I don't know, I guess I just don't do it as much that I should anyways. Strive to hug everyone that I know, which might be 30 people, but I might have to wear like a free hug shirt at the convention and get some bonus hugs there, or meet up with some friends. That'll give me some hugs, but I do enjoy them. Hugs are nice. Number 19, raise $333 for charity. I'm going to have a link in this video here and every future video for a year-long charity goal. I hope to raise a lot more than $333, but we'll keep it modest because if I did 3,000, that's pretty high, but it is a year. Who knows what we'll hit? I am going to have it in my videos. I am going to do some charity streams. If we have other ideas, let me know. For raising money for charity, I would like to raise some money for charity. Number 20, volunteer at least 3 times. I like to do it a lot more, but to keep it reasonable to, just in case, I don't know, it's difficult to do for me, again, with the lack of license or time or things like that. But I want to do it a minimum of 3 times, whether it's an animal shelter or a soup kitchen or just to clean up garbage. Whatever people need me for. I love helping, and volunteer work is always something I wanted to strive to do. And it was always a plan if I got my license, that would be something that I'd like to do in my free time. So this year, I'm going to try to do it. And if you notice, all those were blue meaning they are still pretty high priority. These are going to take precedent over everything in green, but not as dire as red. There's still, again, this whole list I intend to finish. That's just how I did it in my head. It makes me, when I look at the colors are nice. Number 21, break a world record. I have no idea how I'm going to do this. I've always had it in my heart, in my mind, ever since I was in high school, middle school. I've wanted to break a world record, and it could be gaming related, it could be food related. I don't know what's available, and can I make a new record and break that? I don't know, but we're certainly going to try at least a couple times, see what kind of crazy things I can attempt. Number 22 is pretty modest, learn just a single new skill. So I don't necessarily know what I classify as a skill yet, but I'm not going to have it be something simple like, I don't know, paddleball, or one of the future ones is like solve a Rubik's Cube. I don't want it to be that. I want it to be like something more practical. So maybe take a first aid class or learn CPR, things like that. I want to do something more practical. Number 23, get a massage. I've never had a massage before. I've always heard great things. I have so much tension in my back. Something that'll just be fun to do, fun to try out. I've been in massage chairs. I've gotten like, hand massage from friends or family or whatever, but never an actual massage. So that'll be a fun day, right? Number 24, camp outside. I've never actually been outside camping. I have been in like vehicles, and that's about it. I've just been in like nice camping accommodations. I've never actually just been in a tent with a sleeping bag outside. So I'd like to do that, whether it's in the comfort of my backyard or like an actual campground. I'd like to do it at least for a night, maybe a couple times, but go camping. Number 25, I just mentioned it, complete a Rubik's Cube. I've never done it, so let's just throw it on there. 30 challenges, 30 challenges was a lot to think of, okay? Don't get mad at me. Number 26, give 30 gifts. I love giving gifts. I love the surprise behind it. I love the reaction from people. I just really love giving gifts. So that's my goal, to give 30 gifts, whether it's one person 30 times or 30 different people. I'm also down to do more, but they can be expensive. So we're gonna shoot for 30 and, try to get everyone's reaction in some form, because that's fun to see. Number 27, watch a play. I love theater. I wasn't really like a theater kid or anything like that, but I love watching plays. I love seeing how they make what would otherwise be like CGI or special effects in movies, but make it work on a play. I also just love to see these stories in a different format. I usually like things I'm familiar with, but new stuff is always fun too. We'll see how it goes. Number 28, learn an instrument. This one's definitely gonna, it might take me more than a year for this one, but I think I'm gonna shoot for a piano. I always have wanted to learn the piano. Maybe a keyboard, it's probably more realistic. I do know a little bit of guitar and the triangle. Number 29, donate blood. I don't know if I have good blood or rare blood, or I don't even know anything about my blood. So I'd love to donate it, help out. Blood, have it. And number 30, get a tattoo. I have never gotten a tattoo. I've been told for years that I should get one. What would I get? How would I get it? All these things. So hopefully this year is the year I'll figure out what I want, where I want, how I want, whatever, and get a tattoo. My perfect, beautiful skin will be tainted by the ink. And that was every challenge listed in the 30 for 30 challenge. If you have any more questions after all of that explanation, feel free to leave them in the comments. I hope I answered a lot of your questions. And if you want to help me out on the side, I will post a Ko-fi link as well. You can just feel free to support me if you want to help me towards the tattoo or any of my endeavors, or you just like what I'm doing, you're like, Tim, have a couple bucks. Here you go. You've earned it. Because all that money will go towards this challenge, whether it's paying for restaurants or whatever. I also intend to fully finance all the stuff myself. This is not like me asking for anything, but it does help. It does help. So I appreciate that. Feel free to take on this challenge yourself as well. Maybe not mine, unless you have all the same things on the list, and feel free. I will have a PDF version available, a blank version as well, so you can fill in your own. Also, feel free to update me on all the stuff you're doing for your New Year's resolution, or just changing yourself, because I want to inspire. That's what this is about, helping each other. And I appreciate everyone who's ever supported me over my last 4 years of streaming. Again, this is not me quitting streaming or quitting any of the content I'm making. I still intend, at least for the time being, to make content, to stream, to do all the things I'm doing as I, make my steps to do these changes. But I still intend to stream, and I think I'll use streaming as a platform to do a lot of these challenges too, whether I'm live streaming, getting my tattoo, or if I get my license, driving to different places and kind of live streaming, I don't know, things I'm eating, things like that. It might turn more into a vloggy, but still with gaming, because it's still a huge part of my life. So don't worry about that. I appreciate everyone who's supported me over the years. We're just doing something new, something different. I hope everyone has a fantastic year. I hope you enjoy the journey I'm doing. And until then, Baba Louie. I'll work on those. Also, I'm still 29. I'm 30 in a certain amount of days, 10, 20 days. I mean, unless you're watching this video after my birthday, then I'm 30. But currently I'm still 29. So technically the challenge can start whenever. But I'm gonna start it now. It's January 4th. Technically I started already. I started eating healthier. But anyways, thanks. Pablo Felly